Everyone already knows that eating breakfast is good for health, but it's not easy to eat even a meal on a tired and busy morning. A study on breakfast and life expectancy found that non-breakfasts had a 40% higher mortality rate for men and 28% higher mortality rates for women than those who ate breakfast. As it has already been revealed through numerous studies that breakfast is important for health, many people are trying to eat breakfast, but rather, there are foods that are poisonous to health if eaten in the morning. Let's find out what foods are, and what foods are better to eat in the morning. Harmful food 1. Coffee. It is said that about 2 cups of coffee a day is good for health, but drinking coffee on an empty stomach in the morning is rather poisonous. It causes indigestion while stimulating, and if you have suffered from gastritis, gastric ulcer, or reflux esophagitis, it will further aggravate the symptoms. In particular, caffeine in coffee causes excessive secretion of the stress hormone cortisol, causing symptoms of chest pain or headache, and causing problems with the function of regulating metabolism, blood pressure, and diabetes in the body. It is recommended to drink after 2 hours and avoid drinking on an empty stomach. Harmful food 2. Cereal. There are so many people who eat cereal in milk for breakfast, and most of the cereal products that we can easily get are said to contain over 30% sugar to taste. In particular, these days, nuts, whole grains, and dried fruits are added to cereals such as granola and muesli, claiming to be healthy unlike regular cereals, but in reality, they are not very different. If you look at the ingredient list on the back of the product, most of the products have a sugar content as high as cereal, and whole grains or nuts are healthy foods, but if they are coated with syrup or sugar, it is difficult to say that they are good for health. With similar products, you can eat a lot of convenient cereal bars and energy bars these days. Many of these also contain large amounts of corn syrup, sugar, saturated fat, and chemicals, so eating them with health in mind can actually make them worse. So, if you're going to eat cereal for breakfast, it's important to look carefully at the ingredient label before purchasing. Harmful food 3. Bananas. Bananas with a sweet taste and aroma are considered perfect for breakfast because they are easy to eat, but they can be poisonous if eaten on an empty stomach. Together, they are rich in magnesium. When bananas are consumed on an empty stomach, the level of magnesium in the blood rises rapidly, and the balance with potassium in the blood is broken, causing a strain on the cardiovascular system and causing side effects such as digestive disorders. These symptoms are especially severe for those suffering from cardiovascular disease, and if you suffer from a disease related to this, you must be careful when eating bananas. Harmful food 4. Bread. Bread made with fine wheat flour is a popular breakfast food because it can be eaten anytime, anywhere. However, when we eat bread, most of it is absorbed as glucose in our body. In the morning, since we have maintained an empty stomach during sleep, our blood sugar level is low. This can lead to a number of vascular diseases, including also, when making bread, most of the dough contains yeast, so if you consume it frequently on an empty stomach, it will produce a lot of gas in your stomach and cause stomach pain or stomach upset. Therefore, it is better to avoid bread on an empty stomach in the morning, but if you want to eat it, eating bread with a lot of whole grains is beneficial for your health. Harmful food 4. Sweet potatoes. Sweet potato, which fills your hungry stomach in the morning, is an excellent food that inhibits the proliferation of cancer cells and prevents blood vessel damage. However, if you eat sweet potatoes on an empty stomach, the gelatin and tannins contained in sweet potatoes can irritate the stomach wall and promote gastric acid secretion, which can cause stomach upset. In particular, during the process of cooking sweet potatoes, more carbohydrates are decomposed into sugar, which turns into a food with a high glycemic index. For those with high blood sugar levels, if you eat boiled or baked sweet potatoes on an empty stomach, your blood sugar rises rapidly, so you need to be careful. Harmful food 6. Tangerines, oranges, grapefruit, etc. There are many people who fill their empty stomach with fruit on a busy morning. At this time, it is better to avoid foods with high acidity, such as oysters. Fruits such as tangerines, oranges, and grapefruits contain various acids such as organic acid, tartaric acid, and citric acid, so when consumed on an empty stomach, stomach acid suddenly increases, damaging the gastric mucosa and causing symptoms such as reflux esophagitis or heartburn. Therefore, it is recommended to avoid eating fruits with high acidity, such as tangerines, on an empty stomach. So, on the other hand, what are some good foods to eat in the morning? Healthy food 1. Eggs and potatoes. An emeritus professor in Korea who is 103 years old this year says that boiled potatoes and eggs eaten at every breakfast is the secret to longevity. Potatoes and eggs are not burdensome even on an empty stomach in the morning. Potatoes not only soothe a sore throat in the morning, but also relieve stomach ulcers or gastric inflammation, and the rich lecithin in eggs stimulates nerve signals necessary for memory storage and recovery. It is the best food to wake up the brain in the morning because it helps brain activity. Above all, potatoes and eggs can be consumed immediately after boiling without the need for separate cooking, so they can be a very good diet to consume rich nutrients in the busy morning. Healthy food 2. Sweet pumpkin. Sweet pumpkin is rich in fiber, which not only gives a feeling of fullness easily, but also contains a component called cobalt, which is helpful in relieving diabetes. It promotes insulin secretion and lowers blood sugar levels, preventing a rapid rise in blood sugar caused by food in the morning. In addition, the pectin component of sweet pumpkin plays a role in repairing and regenerating the gastric mucosa, and it is the best food for breakfast because it is digested well without irritating the stomach wall. Healthy food 3. Tofu. Dubbed field beef, tofu is not only rich in protein and other nutrients, but can also be eaten on an empty stomach in the morning when the gastric mucosa is sensitive. In the morning, cortisol, a stress hormone, is secreted in our bodies. This hormone converts nutrients from the food we eat into energy and goes around every corner of the body to build muscle. At this time, protein is used as a muscle material, and tofu is very rich in vegetable protein, so it can be a perfect muscle-building food in the morning. Or, isoflavones contained in tofu promote calcium absorption, making it the best food to prevent osteoporosis, which is more likely to occur with age. Healthy food 4. Cucumbers and water. When you wake up in the morning, there are many people who suffer from swelling of their body or face. Edema occurs when waste products from the body cannot be discharged smoothly. At this time, cucumbers full of water can be eaten as they are, but if you slice cucumbers thinly and put them in water to drink, the nutrients of cucumbers, a water-soluble vegetable, dissolve in water and the absorption rate increases, which is more effective in edema relief. It is said to be good. Cucumber contains various bioactive compounds such as cucurbitacin, glucoside, lignin, and apigenin, which remove active oxygen that causes cancer and inhibit cancer cell development. On top of that, a study published in the American Association for Cancer Research, AACR, found that cucumbers help slow the onset and progression of prostate cancer. In addition, for those who have high blood pressure, the potassium component of cucumber helps to release sodium from the body and improves blood pressure. Put a cucumber in a cup, put it in water with a little salt, refrigerate it, steep it for 2 to 3 hours, and then take it out whenever you need it. I looked at the harmful and beneficial foods to eat in the morning like this. Did it help? If it was helpful, please like and subscribe and share this video with your loved ones. I will come back with a more informative video. Thank you. Thanks for watching.